Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another of Clint's Vlog from the bar. I got a lot to talk about today. It's Sunday night at, let's see, about 10:40. Just got done with the late show. Had an interesting experience there. Had some characters in the house. This guy comes up. He is in full makeup, white makeup. He's got black makeup around his lips and his eyes, and he's got these dreadlocks, but braided dreadlocks. And see, we give a discount to the band members when they come up, and I have to always say, "Oh, are you playing tonight? Are you playing tonight?" And they say yes, no. So of course this guy's playing. I mean, obviously he wouldn't come into wearing this stuff without playing. So he comes up and I just, "You're playing, right?" And he goes, "No." And then this guy, this really cool guy, this is the guy I want to be in 20 years. This 60-year-old guy, he's got a cowboy hat, but really cool brown velvety cowboy hat. He's got this orange muted color shirt with his sleeves rolled up, and he comes up, and he's got just full-on tattoos here and here, and he's got these this arrowhead necklace on. And I'm like, and he looks new too. So this guy is like 60 years old, and he's saying, "F it, I'm gonna get some tattoos." So he's just like this totally cool guy. And so I had a conversation with him. I'm like, "I like your tattoos," and he goes like this, and he's got an arrowhead right here and here, and he's like, "I make arrowheads." And that reminded me of a story when I was living in North Carolina. I used to hunt for arrowheads and find some too. And you know what you have to do? You have to wait till just sundown as the sun is just about right here, and that's when the best time is to find some arrowheads, because the sun just you know, flashes that you can see those arrowheads the best at sundown. Anyway, on to, let's start out with some bartender tips, shall we? I'm going to rattle through this. I'm going to get this done in 15 minutes. I promise you. I got a timer going here. I'm at 2 minutes, 40 seconds. We're going to start out with something basic, okay? So, when you're ordering a drink, when you're ordering, let's say you want a Makers. Okay, there's a number of ways to have Makers. You can have Makers on the rocks, Makers neat. You can have a shot of Makers. So don't come up to your bartender and say, you know, "Oh, what can I get you?" "Oh, can I get Makers?" Okay, be more specific. Now here's a rocks glass. Okay, everybody should know what a rocks glass is, or a short. You can say short or rocks glass. Now, you take this Jameson right here. This isn't actually Jameson, boss, okay? I'm not wasting Jameson. This is Coke with a little splash of water in it. But I'm pretty proud of this because it's going to look good. It's going to look just like Jameson. Anyway, so boom, boom, boom. What do we have here? This is Jameson neat. Not Jameson. Don't say Jameson no. I say Jameson neat. This right here, rocks. Jameson rocks, not Jameson on ice, okay? Let's be concise here. Jameson rocks, Jameson neat, and then of course you got a shot glass over here, shot of Makers, shot of Jameson, whatever you want. So there's your lesson about that. Second off, we don't really make martinis here, but just a little schooling. This is vermouth. Now I just did some research on the Googles, and did you know that vermouth, which you put in martinis, is actually a wine, which I found pretty interesting. I just learned that after 10 years of bartending. So it's got a lot of herbs in it. It has a bitter taste to it. You usually don't want to shoot it straight, so you put it in your martinis. But here's the deal. You probably know this, but if you don't want vermouth in your martini or gin or vodka martini, you say, "I want it dry, extra dry," and that means no vermouth. Now, somebody said a couple things. Somebody said once, "Oh, I want it wet." So I didn't really know exactly what he meant by wet, but I just imagined, well, you got dry, no vermouth, you got wet. He wants me to spray water on him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So dry martini, no vermouth, wet, let's go with a lot of vermouth. I actually had a guy come in and he ordered a martini, a vodka martini, and I want extra vermouth. And that happened one time in 10 years. Guy, for some reason, liked vermouth. Anyway, it's a spice herb, real bitter taste. Probably shouldn't shoot it, but hey, go crazy. So dry martini. Okay, another thing. These are just things that are happening to me at the bar that I want to share with you. Okay, see this handle right here? Can you read this? It's Lagunitas. Wait, no, it's not. It's not Lagunitas. Everybody comes up, 90% of people come up, order this beer, and they totally murder the name. It's Lagunitas. Say it with me together here. Lagunitas. And you can, if you want to get spicy with it, you can go, Lagunitas, if you want. I'll give you 10 cents off your drink if you do it like that. Any Lagunitas, not Lagunitas. I've heard it like 3 different ways. It's hilarious when people say it. I want to correct them, but you know, I make tips. Let's see. Okay, here's another one. This guy came up today and he goes, can I get a lime with bitters? And I don't know if you're familiar with this. You got the hiccups, you're at the bar, ask your bartender for a lime slice. You get the lime slice, you sprinkle some bitters on it, like so, you suck it, okay? Suck it for a minute, however long you want, and then sometimes the hiccups go away. So there's a hiccup remedy for you. Oh, you know what? See this picture? That's me right there. This is from a band named Spartan Blue. I really appreciated this. I've had it up ever since they gave it to me. They were sitting over there at the merch table, and they were painting these while the bands were going on, and they came up to me and said, "Oh, we made this for you." I thought that was so sweet. So this Spartan Blue, check them out. Thank you for the picture. Let's see what else we got. Okay, a couple more things. My buddy Chuck, I'm not going to say his last name, Chuck, this is his receipt, his credit card receipt. He came in on Saturday, I believe. This is his credit card receipt. He put $20, tip dash, total $20. But check it out. He's an awesome guy. He gave us a very generous tip. But you don't know this at the end of the night. Do this for me. I don't want to explain it that much. But if you leave a cash tip, write in the tip line, cash. So at the end of the night, the bartender's going through and they are not like, who's this Melissa Bensing? She's a real cheap bastard. She didn't tip us. Oh, no, wait. Oh, Chuck. Oh, he put cash. Oh, yeah, I remember he gave us a $10 tip. So do that next time. Write cash tip in the tip line. Okay, this segment I want to call Lost and Found. This scarf was found this last week. It's a nice red and black scarf. I think I'm going to take it home with me. Doesn't smell that bad. Feels like a wool material. So if this is your scarf, come into the Vaudeville Muse and get it. Okay? You got a week, and then I'm taking it home and putting it on my dog. Great. Let's see what else. Okay, well, hey, that's it for bartender tips. That was up to 9 minutes. Okay. I'm going to do the weekend wrap-up now. Okay, well, it was a busy weekend, and I can't list all the bands, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a highlight. And there's 2 bands that really stood out this weekend. Now, I'm not saying that nobody else was good. Everybody was good in their own special way, but these 2 bands stood out. First band was a band called, now I'm blanking here, I got an Author, like the author wrote the book. They're from Minneapolis, I believe, 3-piece. The guitarists and the drummers are brothers, and then they got the guitarists. They're brothers from another mother, I'm sure. But they got kind of an alternative sound. Really good, really airy, really pretty guitars. I like the vocals a lot. The drummer's really good. Check them out online whenever they're not. I know you're not going to do that, because who does that when you hear some stupid video like this? Do you actually go, oh, hang on a second, I'm going to check them out? Usually, no. But what I'm doing is I'm planting a seed, okay? I'm planting a seed. Author, Okay, well, you're going to go, oh, I forgot that after 2 minutes. But what's going to happen is you're going to be online someday, okay? And there's going to be some click, some album that comes out, and it's going to say author, and you're going to click on it. You know why? Because deep down in your subconscious, you're going to go, oh my God, for some reason, I remember author. Okay, well, oh, and then you're going to look at it, and you're going to be like, oh, dude, those guys are great. I wonder why that triggered me. But it was here, author, check them out. The second was a band that played Saturday night. It was a record release party. It's In the Land of Blood and Sunshine. They were phenomenal. Guys, if you ever see me come up to the side of the stage, not that it's a big deal or anything, but when I gotta go, I gotta get close to this shit. I gotta check them out. Went around the bar, there was a lull, and I went and stood and listened to one song, and they were phenomenal. I tell you, I was on stage. You know, let's talk about that. Stage, let's say, I think when you're on the stage, then it's stage left, stage right. You know, I have a drama degree, and I should know that. That's basic. So I was on stage right. So I was close to the bass player. His name is Garrett. He did a great job. I really like what he was doing on the bass. But there was one guy in particular, Bo Becker. I remember his name because I did his credit card, and Bo Becker. He did I really liked his choices of what he was doing. Real hooky. He was like the hook master. Real pretty stuff. Real catchy. I think that's what, if you're going to have two guitarists on stage, pretty sure they had two guitars. If you're going to have two guitarists on stage, you got to have one, you know, rocking out, and you got to have the other one that's doing those hooks that just rings inside your head. Do that, guys. If you're going to have two guitarists, have that one, you know, whatever. You know what you're doing, okay? But get that guy like Bo Becker to give you those hooks, because that's what sells the music. That's what gets in people's head, and that's how you make the money, okay? All right, so those two bands, Author, In the Land of Blood and Sunshine, great bands. Check them out. You know, again, you're going to forget about it, but I'm giving it to you, okay? Take it, embrace it. Okay, let's tell some stories. Let's tell some stories. What should I tell? You know, I'm gonna tell a story, just a random story from my life. I was thinking about this. I got other stories here that I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell a random story. Let's see. I'm at 12 minutes. Okay, I got some time. So this happened in college. So, yeah, I've done some acting in my past, you know, acting. And so I like to goof around a lot. So I'd call my mom probably once or twice every 2 weeks. So once a week? Yeah. And she's married to my stepfather. His name's Phil. And you got to know a little bit something about my stepfather, Phil. He's a real intellectual. He's always got his head in a book. Really brilliant guy. If I ever got a question about politics, religion, he's my go-to. But on the flip side, he doesn't do much around the house. He doesn't really know how to fix things. He's a great cook, and he's real quiet, too. Real introverted, but brilliant guy. Anyway, that's Phil. So I'd call home, and I'd do all these voices when he'd answer. You know, I'd be like, every time I do a different voice, I'd be like, yeah, can I speak with Judy Curtis or Tessa, please? That's my mom, Judy Curtis Latessa. So I'd change it. I'd do it totally un-PC, okay? I'd do the gamut, the Chinese voice, the homeboy voice. You know, I'd just try to come up with something every time I'd call. And so the phone rings one time. Phil picks it up. And on the line, it's like, hello. This is Mahmoud calling. Can I speak with Judy Curtis Latessa, please? He's like, you know, Clint, you're an asshole. F you. Bam! Oh, and he felt real good about that. He finally got me. He totally caught me. Because before, man, he would just fall for it hook, line, and sinker. So my mom gets home that night, and they're talking, and Phil says, oh, yeah, your son called. Oh, and I got him back. He was saying he was like, oh, he was a Mahmoud. And my mom stops and says, I was expecting a call from a Mahmoud. as an old family story I have to tell at Christmas every year. Okay, well, let's do some bar stories, shall we? Okay. Old friend of mine, Kelly Klaus, came in over the weekend on Friday with her boyfriend, Chris. Great gal. I've known her for years. She used to come into the lift down the street right before I did this thing called iPod Monday. Maybe you've heard about it. You come in, you bring a playlist, a 15-minute playlist. I'd plug your iPod. Do you remember what iPods are? Plug your iPod in, push play, introduce you. Oh, this is Joe Blow's playlist, and I'd have themes, and I started a website. Well, I did that for like 4 years. I started on February 14th. Did that for 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And then it just all went bust because I got a cease and desist order from Apple. If you want to know more info, go online, iPod Monday, Clint Curtis. You can read more about it. I don't have time. I got 2 more minutes, okay? So anyway, we were talking about that, and then we talked about this guy, like 8 years ago, came in. He took 3 hours to set up the stage. Drums, all over like 40 drums on stage. I'm not kidding, 40 drums. And then he had a camera crew come in, like 4 different cameras going on, angles this way, that way. He had lights going from up top to down below. I mean, this guy went for it. So she came to the show that night. The guy told me he spent $1,000. Well, 3 people showed up that night. It was sad. It was sad. But he got on the radio. He was interviewed, and I hope he doesn't see this, but he was really bad too. It was like, if you're a drummer and you're going to do something like that, you got to have the beat. You have to have rhythm, okay? So he was like, do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do. It was it was really bad, but I hope he doesn't hear that. He was from Iowa State or something. I never, it was 8 years ago, I haven't heard from that guy since, but poor guy, he went for it, spent like $1,000 on his show, and it just went belly up, and we were talking about that. Oh, and another thing, I've directed these things called Tip Your Bartender. Check it out on YouTube, Tip Your Bartender. Check out this one that I'm proud of, Tape. It's called Tip Your Bartender Tape. Do the search. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that, Clint. Oh, never. I know how you roll. I know how you roll. So forget about it. But then if you see something, Tip Your Bartender. Okay, check it out. But anyway, I did one with Kelly Klaus. And right before I was going to do this, this band called Purity Ring played here. And I was just floored. I was amazed. It was one of those nights where I'm like, bartender, you take all the money. I'm going up on stage and I'm hearing this band. Well, they were phenomenal. This is when they had just put out a single and there was all this buzz happening. Well, I heard it. And then I came up to them. We talked. I mean, they were just phenomenal. I was like, I got to keep in touch with you. I got their email address and I was like, look, I'm doing this thing, Tip Your Bartender, and I would love to use one of your songs on there. And they were like, oh, yeah, no problem, totally, you can do that. And so I emailed him again to get it in writing. I was like, I'd love to use this song for my Tip Your Bartender if you could do this. And I don't even know, Lofty Cries, I think. I'm not sure what song it was. I'm blanking. So they're like, oh, yeah, sure, use it. So I do and it's integral to the video. I do it, I put it on YouTube. It lasts for 3 months. They become huge. They get a record deal. Then, boom, I get YouTube. Cease and desist order. You can't use this video anymore because it has this song. And I was like, thanks a lot. But I got 2, 3 others on there. Check it out if you get a chance. I'm up. That's 18 minutes. Okay, I could talk forever and a day. All right, but here I am, another Clint vlog from the bar. Come in Friday through Sunday. I'm at the Vaudeville Muse. Hey, every day I'm writing on my blog. If you're just checking this out on YouTube, go to my blog, fromthebar.me. Oh, you're going to forget about that. You know, does anybody listen to this crap? You know, bands get up and they're like, oh, yeah, this band tonight. Oh, check us out on Facebook. We're facebook.com/blah, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just like, do you go, you're at the show and you're hearing them on, oh, okay, oh, I got to check them out on Facebook. No, if you like the band, You know they're going to be on Facebook. Everybody's on, and their grand or great grandmother that's dead is on Facebook, okay? Don't say it, bands. It kind of annoys me. We all know that you're on Facebook. If I dig you a lot, I'll check you out on Facebook. Especially, you can be like, oh, check us out on Facebook. End of story there, okay? End of story. You're on Facebook. Okay, we know. But don't give me the address, okay? Thanks. That's it. All right, listen. This is amazing. We just installed a rope ladder to the basement downstairs. I got to do some stocking, so I really appreciate you listening to this whole thing. I'm going overboard here, but I'll see you next time in 2 weeks. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Ah!